So today I'm gonna go to Jiu Jitsu, and I've been thinking about how I want to approach training a lot. And something that has come to my mind is noticing that I've kind of tossed out a lot of my old techniques that I've been going to. Like, for instance, I did a lot of hook sweeps. So if I'm playing guard, I'm just retaining guard until I get a hook sweep and then going from there. And then passing, a lot of the passes that I did was like kind of like either an outside pass where I'd kill their knee and like just jump over, or like a knee slice, like very quick movements when I was passing. And like once I joined this new gym, after not going for what I usually go for, I was trying to focus on how to work from each position without relying on the techniques that I've been doing for so long. And I realized how little I really knew about grappling. And so it definitely feels like a really humbling experience having that happen. But it's cool because I've started to think about like, well, what do I want to like focus on? How do I want to like relearn grappling? And I thought about it, and I want to really focus on like controlling my opponent from all positions. And so, for instance, like when I want to start standing more, I want to really focus on taking people down in like a really dominant fashion. And then when I'm passing, not focusing on any like outside passing or anything where they can just stand up, but focusing on like, for instance, like body locking, where I'm controlling them and like gluing them to the mat, and then just like slowly working through their guard and then getting to like a dominant position, and then slowly working through from that position into another dominant position, and like really focusing on just controlling my opponent through the entire process. Same when I'm on bottom. I usually play butterfly, but if I don't have butterfly and like, for instance, two underhooks, then I'm not really like, or a underhook, I'm not really controlling my opponent. So it's like thinking about like what guards I want to kind of move towards and focus on that will help really like lock down my opponent, and then where I can slowly move positions. Like, for instance, I was thinking about like the half guard wrestle up, like get them in half guard, their legs locked down, get an underhook, and then they're just fucked. Then you're gonna slowly move through that position, sweep them, and then you're on top and just kind of moving through that. So I don't really know what it's gonna look like. I think in the process I'm gonna have to train a little bit harder because I'm gonna have to figure out what it is I need to do in these positions. And so I'm just gonna see what it looks like for now. And filming myself will be really useful too. One, it's like I want to post and just document this whole process. But two, it really helps to like actually look at myself roll. That's one thing that I noticed from last week when I was rolling, was how much I shell up. And like, it's good defensively, but offensively I'm preventing myself from really like moving through positions. And so yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about while I'm going to go into this training session, and then we'll just see how it goes. So I just got done watching my rolls. The ones that are in this video are just 2 of them. There was, I think, 3 more. But I'm not going to post a video that's like 30 minutes. I'm just going to post a video that's like 10 minutes of rolling. Maybe eventually I will in like other videos, but I just figured it's a little bit excessive. So for now I'm just doing 2, and in these 2, it's probably popped up, but just I noticed just by watching all of them that I've never really played half guard, and now that I'm trying to fight for underhooks, because I just feels like more of a controlled guard almost, instead of like playing a butterfly guard. What is it, Bogey? Come here. Instead of playing a butterfly guard, where it feels like your opponent's not glued to you, I'm trying to play more of a half guard where that underhook and like locking down their leg is gonna glue them to me more, so it feels like a more controlled guard. I could be wrong, but that's just an intuition that I kind of have and I want to explore. But I noticed, I think I need to, what is it? I think I need to look into more of like how to properly play half guard, because my legs were not really being used. They just didn't look right. When I was watching myself like trying to lock down legs, it looked really sloppy. So that's something that I want to work on. There was times where it looked like I could have just got up and started wrestling. So I think even when it feels like it might not be the right time, just going for it and exploring that more. I really like the pace of training compared to the other days. I feel like I've been too passive, so kind of amping it up a little bit in a good way feels good. And yeah. Oh, and then when I get to top, I'm still struggling to feel like I'm controlling my opponent and like pressuring my opponent. It feels like they're creating frames and getting space, and then I'm just kind of not in control. So I want to work on that more. I think obviously while I'm rolling I'll just figure it out. But that's what I noticed from watching my clips so far. And going into the next training session tomorrow, I will, going into the next training session tomorrow, I'm gonna try and do the same thing. Like when I'm on bottom, try and wrestle up from bottom, controlled. Same when I'm on top, I want to just be more dominant, more dominant, and more pressure. So that's what I'm gonna do next time.